Welcome back to Eggs on Toast with Alex and Ethan. Relax and enjoy today's episode.
Hold on, I just got a text.
Right.
No one.
He's just texting a
I'm
lady.
looking at my notes, thanks. There's no ladies.
Can I
bro.
try this?
Yeah, man. Have a little sippy.
Is it chocky at all?
Nah.
You know, I
I
feel like they must put some level of chocolate in these.
it's just the sugar, I'd say. Maybe. Oh, yeah, Dare's a good man.
It's chronic.
Dare, sponsor us, please.
Dare. It'll fix it.
Yeah.
Can we
Wait.
start? Like, can we start adhering to like some brands that we really like?
I already do that, bro.
Already-
Reebok, Dare.
No, as in like shouting. Do you think shouting them out I think we should rep them like before we ever have the chance to collab with them. You know.
That's true.
Dare. Do we want to be with Dare?
I want to.
You know what?
Actually,
You know what?
it's like an unhealthy addiction. Like,
I don't drink coffee.
even the no added sugar still has
But-
like 28 grams of sugar.
Shut up.
Yeah, and then with the added sugar, it's like 40. And that's per serving.
How does that happen? There must be sugar from the milk.
Because the way they make it, it's probably super bitter.
It would be sugar from the milk.
No, yeah.
Because then they've got sweeteners, which isn't sweeteners 951 and 950.
Is sugar or sweeteners worse for you?
Dude, apparently sweeteners aren't good for you. Like they've got a lot of different Like I'm
Because
speaking.
it's unnatural.
Well, I've just heard people who talk about like don't put sweeteners in. Like there's a lot of there's like chemicals in them that I don't know. I think there are some sweeteners that are like extracts from fruit and
Like
stuff.
stevia? Is that
Yeah,
fruit?
I think. I don't know. We should have done research on this
that's
prior.
Even like, I'd say bottom line is they're both not great for you.
No, but I had some chalky milk today after the surf, which was lovely.
Ooh, nice.
It wasn't a good surf, dude. There was so much seaweed at Trig today.
Really?
Like a thick, like mud.
Even like well into
the probably like 25 meters into the water.
Damn.
And it was like a 5 meter gap of like kind of clear water, shallow, and then it was like a wall of seaweed that actually made the waves break. It like acted like a sandbar, and the waves broke. So you know how like normally with like a surf break, either sand or reef, there's like something that encourages the waves to break at that point. Whether it gets more shallow, whether it's a sandbar or reef or something.
And
where
in this case, it was seaweed.
it like the waves are breaking, but then. Like they would all just like a lot of them would just close out because they'd break right at the seaweed, and because the seaweed was like a wall that was just running along the coastline in like a straight line.
Yeah.
So the whole wave just closed off instantly, which was kind of mid.
Did that affect?
Yeah, the
overall
surf wasn't
experience?
great, but
Damn.
still had a good time. It was a really nice morning.
It's a nice day, man.
Woke up at 6.
Nice.
Woke up at 6, got to the surf at 7:10 with Ollie and Sook.
Nice.
And Sookie took out this like my 7-foot foamy and was just like having she was just wearing my like spring suit.
Nice.
And she was going hard actually, like because normally when people try like surfing they'll give up after half an hour or whatever. I think Ollie and I were like surfing for 2 hours and a bit more, and it was fine. Like it was average surf.
Busy,
pretty busy. But still, like we could catch waves. You weren't really fighting anyone for waves because they weren't that good.
Yeah.
But Sookie was just out there for like 2 hours in the
Nice.
thick of the seaweed trying to catch stuff. Yeah,
Love it.
Proud of her.
Nice.
And she said she made friends with the ocean today,
Oh, that's so
which
great.
is nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, guys, welcome back to Eggs on Toast.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Alex.
It's nice to see you guys.
It
I've
is.
missed doing this.
It's been a little while.
I think we've both come back with a different exuberance or energy.
Yeah.
I've been kind of like I've been actively watching podcasts just because one out of like for like personal enjoyment, but also like this can help me understand what looks good on camera in a podcast setting.
Learn the industry.
Yeah, and also just like how people communicate with the camera and with their eyes or body language or just different things.
Yeah, we've spoken about how, if anything, the camera in a way affects our conversation.
Yeah, I think the mics don't as much.
No.
I think the camera can make things I think the mics make it feel like it doesn't feel super real in terms of like being recorded. Like it's audio, but it doesn't feel as much a fingerprint as like a camera or like an image. And there's like that level of self-censorship and stuff like that that comes with recording it, and the camera makes that a lot more evident because there's like lenses pointing directly at you.
Whereas having just like a private conversation between friends. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think the camera is like, it makes another person in the room almost, or another character in the room. So finding that relationship with the camera, which is the audience, like speaking through to the audience or just like involving them.
That's the main goal, man.
But I don't know. I don't know if it should be. Like, I think people can just get involved just through watching us because we're already recording it for the podcast. They know that because they're watching it. So if we're having a conversation, then they're like, "Oh, cool! They've recorded this for me. I'm watching it."
It's getting meta, man.
Anyway,
no,
I don't know if that made sense.
No, I followed.
Sure,
I followed.
It was a bit convoluted, but
what isn't on this bloody show?
on this side of the river?
Yeah, for sure.
So how's your holiday, man? Where did you go? What did you do? I haven't really heard about it.
It was good,
too much.
Man. I would have spoken about it on a previous episode, but I hadn't actually been on the episode. I hadn't
gone on holiday.
I prefaced it.
Yeah. But how was?
Yeah, so went to the AFL Grand Final in Melbourne.
Boom.
And
your team,
Pies got the dub.
Your team took the dub.
It was a bit of a divided
it was a
result.
Good match.
It was a great game.
Why was it a divided result? Just
because there was like one play where there was like an advantage call that people thought shouldn't have happened.
Should have been a free kick.
The umpire played advantage in a situation where it potentially shouldn't have been played advantage. They should have called it back.
Why?
And I can't remember exactly. But
and was it pretty soon?
Essentially,
was it pretty close
this was
to the
in
end?
The final moments of the game. So some Brisbane fans and Collingwood haters were saying that might have affected the final result because it was less than a goal. Like Collingwood won by 4 points. So it was,
I watched it was just it was just back and forth the whole way, the whole game.
100%.
It was a beautiful game. I saw the highlights. I saw the end because I was working.
Yeah.
So it was disappointing because I wasn't able to see it. I want to watch the full match.
You should at some stage.
Now that like all the hype's gone, it would just be nice to like sit down with a beer, watch the footy, just kick the feet up. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's sad that it won't be around for 5 months.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this season.
Yeah.
Carlton's been up, so it's been nice. It's been nice to be a
true.
supporter of that, and for you as well. Like you guys kind of.
What more could you want?
You
man?
dipped down a bit, like after your grand final win or like loss against the Eagles. And then you cut. What was that? 2018.
Yeah.
Then you dipped down a bit.
I think in 2020 or 2021 we finished like 15th or 16th on the ladder.
Right.
But all the other surrounding years within the last 4 or 5 or 6
top
was
8.
In the 8 every time and usually like
you
lost to
you
GWS.
Could feel that Collingwood was going to
We lost to GWS by 1 point a few years ago, and then in the prelim final, and then this year we beat them in the prelim final by a point, and that was great. And man, it was a great experience. Like, what more could you ask for? Like, your team being in the grand final, you get to be in attendance and experience that win. It's like honestly a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, there's any chance that
the grand final atmosphere is amazing, man.
Incredible.
And you went it was like the perfect game for you. You know?
Yeah.
It was a great display of footy.
It was stressful though. Like, I was weighing up in my mind, would I have preferred Collingwood win by 10 goals?
Like steamroll them.
But then it's like,
no, because people start leaving.
Yeah.
You see them give up. It's like, man, it's just sad to watch.
Absolutely.
And it's not fun because it's like, oh, well, the game's done. Like, this kind of feels like useless now.
Yeah. I saw Seamus at the game with his brother and dad. Has 2 brothers and dad.
That's weird.
I saw Lockie and Charlie. And Lockie had actually won tickets from the footy club. There was like a raffle. And he won the grand prize, which was 2 tickets and flights to the AFL Grand Final.
Do they go for Eagles?
Charlie goes for Carlton.
Yeah.
So
why did 2 Carlton supporters go?
I think Lockie goes for Eagles.
Seamus.
They won the tickets. Oh, because Seamus got a package where he went to both prelims. So he went Melbourne, Brisbane, Melbourne, and then obviously Carlton got eliminated at the Gabba.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
Speaking of sports,
Yeah.
last night, just to quickly jump forward to last night.
Not last night, this morning, bro.
This morning, and then we'll go back to your holiday.
Yeah, sounds good.
What happened, man?
Bro.
Tell me. I've been fairly invested in the
YouTube boxing
pre-show.
space. Yeah.
Never before.
It was a massively
year,
entertaining scene, bro.
It was.
Not just the fights, man. The lead up was crazy.
The last 2 weeks, I was like the most interested in it.
Yeah.
Because it became so real, and you could see.
Yeah.
So Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis, and KSI versus
Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
It was like
interesting.
So can you can you stop doing it? You're like messing up my
Oh, sorry.
He's fidgeting with some of the equipment. That's right. So yeah, YouTube boxing. One of the big boxing promoting companies, DAZN, partnered with KSI's own boxing company called Misfits.
Oh,
so
Misfits
DAZN and Misfits co-promote this event through the DAZN like network called like the like Misfits X series, and so it was the 10th. It's kind of turning into UFC where there's like it's like numbered events. So this was the 10th one. It was like DAZN X, X Series X.
It's like you're watching like it's so trash that it's like mid-quality fighting. That's like
I don't think it's mid-fighting. I think it's just a particular market.
But the fight isn't good. It's just fun to watch.
Some of the fights
were
really good. I think people are more attributed. So yeah, UFC, it's like the performance of the fighter, whereas this is like more so the personality of the fighter.
So UFC, it's the performance of the fighter. This is the performers who are fighting.
Yeah, nice. I like that. So yeah, the YouTube boxing scene is like convoluted enough as it is.
We don't have to get deep into that.
Yeah, I won't over contextualize, but yeah, Tommy Fury versus KSI. They were both undefeated, and Logan Paul was versus Dillon Danis,
an ex-UFC guy.
Not UFC guy, Bellator guy.
He never was in UFC.
He was never in UFC.
Really?
Yeah, he's just friends with Conor McGregor. He was at UFC, like he was part of Conor McGregor's team.
Sure.
Conor McGregor was like drunk tweeting this morning, like doing drunk audio messages and saying some funny stuff. It was very Twitter or X now is so like we were looking on it between the fights, and it was just so entertaining. Sure. But yeah, so
that's crazy that it's not Twitter anymore.
Dillon Danis hadn't fought in like 4 years, any fight, jiu-jitsu, MMA, or boxing, and he was versing Logan Paul, who had never won a boxing fight. But he'd verse like Floyd Mayweather and KSI.
Don't bring that up as credential. Everyone.
No, it's not. But
everyone's like, he lasted 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather.
No, yeah, I don't think that makes him a good boxer.
Yeah, no,
I know.
He could have killed him.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. But yeah, the two of them were fighting. But the internet, Dillon Danis kind of won over the internet by
showing who he is.
He was just like a keyboard warrior essentially.
But you could see that he was just doing what he always has done to an extreme to like on the online. But like he was just talking smack, and he was like doing what fighters do.
Yeah, but he took it levels.
He came for the.
He
throat.
crossed a few
He came
lines.
for the throat.
Yeah,
he cut it.
Yeah,
and Logan Paul has like you could tell he really hates him for it. And that's the context for like coming into the fight.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury and KSI.
They beefed, but just like regular
they don't care.
fighting beef.
Yeah.
Just one's trying to prove they're better than the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dillon.
He took the internet by storm.
And given all that, it got to the point where a vast majority of people, including myself, wanted Dillon to win.
Of course.
And if anything, I convinced myself that he was going to win. So I both wanted him to win and I thought he'd win. I was like, yeah, Logan's not even that good and he's a martial artist. Yeah. And so the fight happens.
Who starts the fight? Who were the first fighters?
So there was a whole card.
Salt Puppy.
Salt Puppy versus Slim. No, man. Salt Puppy seemingly is overhyped because he got defeated. Slim's actually really good.
Dude, Salt Puppy's normally quite like smooth with it.
There was also like a tag team match. It's like a 2v2. It's so weird. There's like more characters.
It's like a video game.
It's more characters in the scene, but I won't go into it.
Yeah, sure.
Fully.
So then it comes.
But yeah, so it was like a co-main event. So
who starts? Who's the first match, and then who's the second? Is it KSI first, or is it?
So they were
Logan
so they
Paul?
were co-mains, but Dillon v Logan was first
Okay.
between the two.
Yeah.
And so the fight happens, bro. Dillon Danis' performance was terrible, bro. He threw like. I think he threw like 10 punches the whole fight.
Yeah, they said
Crazy.
nine punches.
Yeah.
And then
Ridiculous. And then the whole throughout the fight as well, he was kind of evoking some sort of like jiu-jitsu moves. Like he was kind of like he wasn't boxing. He was just covering up the whole time, and then every once in a while like throwing a crazy right hand, which would never land. And then
how was Logan Paul?
Logan was all right, but in Logan's defense, so I'll preface it by saying he had a good performance, far from a great performance. Like he just seemed all right, but given how his opponent was performing, there's nothing he could do. He was just covering up the whole time and not responding. Logan's quite a counter fighter, so he's waiting for his opponent to throw, and then he's going to counter with
to get them off, to fumble,
exactly,
so that they fumble.
And because he was never throwing, Logan just had to initiate every time.
Yeah,
and so he's just throwing left, right. Like couldn't really do more than that.
Just pounding against his
and therefore his performance
forearms.
wasn't great. But again, it wasn't really his fault. Like he could have shown more if his opponent was actually willing to actually fight him. Dillon didn't do anything, and so, Dillon didn't do anything. And then in the final moments of the fight, like seconds remaining, he like goes for like a takedown, like a jiu-jitsu takedown, and it just. But he failed it, and then he was on the floor, and then Logan was like, "What are you doing?" And then he goes for like an up kick, and then at this point, like chaos chaos ensues. 20 plus security guards storm the ring and like separate them, and then Dillon tries to throw a punch at one of the security guards, completely misses. Like, come on, bro, you can't even land a punch to a security guard.
Was it embarrassing?
Who's trying to stop you. It was embarrassing.
Did it look like Dillon... Was Dillon Danis a mess, or was it like... It seemed like he was trolling?
See, his game... I feel like his game plan was to tire Logan out in the first few rounds. So, like, he was purposely not throwing and letting Logan
You think so?
empty his gas tank, and then he was going to engage in maybe the second half of the fight or the final...
like the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, even the last... And then by the last round, I was like, okay... He's down 5-0. He has to knock this guy out to win.
Sure. Like,
and he still did nothing. And then, he just... the fight got stopped and he was disqualified. Literally, there were 2 seconds to go on the round, and he got disqualified for like...
Was it funny when that happened?
It was... I was just like...
Did you guys lose it?
I'm not surprised that this happened.
He said he was going to take him down. And he tried.
It was just embarrassing.
What did they say at the end?
Like, he is literally a keyboard warrior. He didn't show anything. He talked all this game to the point where I was convinced he would actually perform well.
Does it make you want him to be in...
Nah, he's done, bro. He's got nothing. It's funny. They both had so much to lose. If Logan lost this, he would have been done. And now... But he won just because his opponent was trash.
If Dillon won
it, if Dillon won the fight, Logan...
Do you think... But I'm saying, do you think that Dillon's going to do some like more MMA stuff?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He showed nothing.
Yeah. Why would they want him?
Yeah. He has no legs to stand on now. Like
Yeah.
So he just has his keyboard.
Was there any like things that they said at the end?
What?
Was there any things that they said at the end of the fight?
The two of them? Nah, bro, Dillon just walked out. like there was probably like 5 minutes of like chaos within the ring. Like security guards started fighting each other because like there was parts
of the team.
There was like the arena security, and then there was like the each individual team security, and then there were the coaches getting involved.
It was like when Logan threw
Jake Paul was in Logan's corner, and he was not throwing hands, but like scuffles. Scuffle was It was just so funny because I'm not surprised that happened. Like
they're showmen.
They're showmen. Yeah, they're showmen. But they're both two scumbags at the end of the day. Like they're both scam artists.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the main event was KSI and Tommy. A lot of people were like, the vast majority of people were like, Tommy's going to win just because.
How did KSI and Tommy look, like physically?
They both looked in good shape.
Yeah. Okay.
Tommy came in looking way bigger because just naturally he's bigger, and
KSI slimmed down as well.
If anything, they sort of had to meet in the middle in terms of weight.
But was
KSI likes fighting a little bit lighter, and Tommy fights a little bit heavier.
That's what I mean. Like KSI was quite like like there wasn't much. There wasn't much fat on him. He was pretty shredded.
Yeah, he was pretty shredded, but not as much in his previous fight where he had to actually lose a bit of weight.
Sure.
Whereas Tommy would have very much taken the weight down to make weight for the fight, and then he would have bulked up.
Or he just seemed a bit bulky.
He was in great shape.
He doesn't seem like someone who
bulked
gets
up
shredded,
because he knew that the weight difference would be a factor.
Sure.
And so it was overall an underwhelming performance from both.
Yeah.
It was mainly KSI has a very weird stance and like technique while fighting. He bounces and like swings his arms. He swings his arms like this, but like this.
Sure.
And
so
you're like, what is he like?
Like Mortal Kombat.
Not in that sense, but like it's just a very nuanced technique. Yeah, it's strange. It's out of the ordinary. It's very much personalized to him.
Yeah.
Like if it works for him, sure. And a lot of the action, like I would say a solid 75% of the fight was KSI throwing a huge overhand, it not landing, and then they clinched. And then they just like did clinch work and like did body shots.
Ugh. This is what I mean, dude.
But
just
like
bad quality fighting.
It's bad. It's on both of them. Like
you should watch.
They should have switched
watch
it
the
up.
next Canelo match and just.
Oh yeah,
marvel
bro,
at
their levels above.
He's a magician.
This has made me see that Logan, Tommy, and Jake, they're all saying they're better than the other, but like. If any of them were to fight any of each other, it's just whoever wins on the day. Like both, like so Tommy Fury.
Like none of them
Jake
actually
Paul,
have that much chops.
They're both
about them.
All three of them are like hard-working guys, and they're decent at boxing. But none of them
They're not
are that good.
Killers.
They're not that good. Tommy struggled with a YouTuber who does boxing as a hobby, whereas boxing consumes Tommy's life. And you say you don't know the result, right?
No.
All right, so as I said, 75.
Skim through.
Sorry, yeah, I am.
No,
I'm
you're
blabbering. So yeah, 75% of the fight was, as I explained, it just
and then
those two actions,
last couple rounds,
and then Tommy actually lost a point in the second round because he was repeatedly hitting KSI in the back of the head in the clinch, so he lost a point.
A professional fighter?
Yeah, I know. The commentary was saying like that's an amateur move. Like how can you be a pro fighter and making that sort of mistake? But anyway, it was
a pro fighter, bro?
It was a very close fight.
Yeah.
Every round, my mates and I were contentious about who won that fight.
Sure.
So by the end, I was under the impression it would either be I scored it, KSI to win by split decision, or a draw.
Sure.
And then the scorecards were one judge scored it a draw, 57-57, and then the other two scored it 57-56 to Tommy. So Tommy got the dub, KSI lost. Wow. And at first I was like, that's kind of fair. Because it was very close. I could have seen it going either way. But at the same time, I was like, I did think KSI won. Plus with the point deduction, I feel like it should have edged in KSI's favour, given the evenness. And then
it's crazy that there's only a point deduction for hitting the back of it. It should be multiple, surely.
Yeah, it was one.
57 points, and you take one off because...
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And then KSI was like, he didn't take the loss well. He was like getting really annoyed in like the post-match interview. Like he was like, he's like, robbery. And like, I do think to an extent it is a robbery. I think it maybe should have been...
bro.
I don't think outright robbery, but I think it should have been scored a draw.
Sure.
I think. But I think it should have been a split draw.
It was 1 point different.
Or a majority draw, sorry.
It was 1 point different.
Yeah. Yeah, literally 1 point.
So, like, how are you going to...
If one of those other two judges scored a round the other way, it would have been...
a draw.
It would have been a draw, yeah.
But how can you go, like, the fact that they scored it... Like, literally the difference was they just moved KSI down to 56.
Yeah.
Out of 57 points that they could have... How many points could they score? I don't know how the scoring works.
So, it's...
Give me like a 15-second round.
I will. So each round you score one box of 10, the other box of 9. If there's a knockdown, the person who got knocked down loses a point. So it'd be a 10-8 round. But in the second round, three judges each score a 10-8 or 10-9.
Sure.
So in the second round, it was 10-9 for KSI, and then Tommy losing a point across each of the 3 scorecards led it to 10-8. But one judge scored it a 10-9 for Tommy, took the point off, so it was a 9-9. So it was actually even. Right. So it was very close. And the judges were scoring 10-9s differently across the rounds.
Sure.
So one judge thought
contentious.
KSI won one round, whereas another judge thought Tommy won that round.
It was
very close overall.
All right.
But yeah, but the internet is saying it was a robbery.
All right. Well, I'm now far less invested in YouTube boxing for like the rest of time.
I just think KSI and Jake should fight because I think they'd be a pretty even matchup, in all honesty. And they've both lost to Tommy. So, like, they're both at even footing now.
Yeah.
Who cares? You just made me ramble on about it for 15 minutes.
No, as in just like, man, like...
I think it's a great market that they've...
It's a great market, but...
They've put
like,
themselves
good on
in,
them, but...
Yeah.
It's just
and
not
they've
good
built
fighting.
this up.
And it's not that I don't
They've built this
respect
up
them,
amazingly over 6 years.
Sure. It's not that I don't respect them. It's just that, like, the payoff is never that good. It's like New Year's Day or New Year's Eve.
They market this so well, and both fights were a disappointment.
That's what I mean, bro. Anyway,
yeah.
So
I was staying up for like 13 hours. It was
he's running on like 6 hours sleep over 48 hours.
Yep. It's not great.
So yes. So
AFL awesome, and then got home from Melbourne, back to Perth, slept in Perth, and then the next morning, we left. My family and I left for Augusta. It was my mum's 60th birthday in November. But my parents are away, so we organised like a family birthday holiday. So we went down to Augusta and we hired out a houseboat and we stayed on the Blackwood River in Augusta.
Yeah. I didn't know you could
near
stay
Malloy
on
Island.
Yeah, sure.
It was, and that was just as fabulous. Like I had an amazing time. Weather was great. It was a little bit overcast, and a little bit colder, therefore, but it was still a great time. It was 2 houseboats actually, because each one could only sleep about 6 people, and there were 12 of us, obviously. But yeah, had just as good of an experience in Melbourne and Augusta, I'd say. Yeah,
nice.
Did you thumbs up the camera?
Yeah.
Why?
I just zoned out. Like I zoned in to your combo, but I was just zoning.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad your holiday was nice.
I have one additional thing for the grand final.
Okay.
And I kind of want to quickly show you something.
Okay.
So we arrive at the hotel that we're staying at. We stayed at the W Hotel.
That's so funny.
I know it is. I took it in. Would you have seen my Instagram? No. I took this after. Because there's like a big W outside. I thought it was
beaming, bro.
I thought it was good, but yeah. When we arrived in the hotel room, there was a weird ass thing on the bed, and we're like, "What is this?" I might put it up on screen.
Was it a towel or something,
bro?
Like weirdly folded.
Tell me what that is.
Can I hold?
Yeah, please. It was like this weird leather.
It unfolds, doesn't it?
It doesn't unfold. Try and tell me what that is.
Wow, man. It doesn't unfold.
And
is that how it stays?
Yeah, it just It's like kind of leathery on the outside and like red furry on the inside.
Okay, so I can look there.
Yeah. There's a second photo, and that's like the top view. Bro, tell me what you think that is. A leg warmer? No.
Like, why are there openings as well? Is what I'm confused about.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
What?
Do you know what it is?
Yes, but I had to look it up because there was like a whole news article on it. See, no. We were under the impression it might have been, but then it's like, why would they put that in like every room? Like, it was blatantly on the bed as like a prop.
And it was there like that?
Yeah, that's how we found it.
Is it to clean your legs?
No.
Like after the speech or something?
No.
I don't know, please.
It was, so it's literally just a decorative piece. Like do you know, like
shut up.
Some hotels in WA have like a swan towel or like a sort of a swan decorative piece on the bed.
Is that supposed to be a tower?
No,
like
it's supposed to be like a Ned Kelly kind of decorative like ornament. That's why there's that slit there. It's kind of supposed to look like Ned Kelly's helmet. But I was like, wait, what? It doesn't actually look all that much like it, right? Yeah, it was very weird. I found it very bizarre.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. That's
the most ridiculous.
I'll show you the
I've ever
article
seen,
after the episode.
That's actually the dumb. That's the dumbest.
Yeah. it was a very abstract hotel. Like some of the
That's stupid.
stuff. Yeah, I agree. It's just silly.
Like, I'm not angry at it. I'm
Yeah.
angry that the fact that they think that they can pass that off as Ned Kelly's helmet or some shit.
Very
Come on,
silly.
man.
Very silly.
Come on.
Anyway, yeah.
So I have a theory, right?
Mhm.
That I've kind of been pondering upon
Yeah.
for a while.
Okay.
It's something that I've noticed the other day when I was driving back from a surf.
Okay.
And I was thinking about like, I've just had fun like out on the surf, and I was thinking like, oh wait, like I guess like I was thinking about toys, right? And I was like,
Okay.
like I guess like a surfboard is kind of like a toy, right?
Mm.
And then I was thinking like, wait, like people who play guitar and play drums, they're just big kids playing on big toys. And the car I'm driving in is just a big toy.
So you're
Toy
saying
theory. Everything you can use that isn't edible is a toy.
Okay.
And it's like, and sometimes the function of the toy is a boring function, but it's still a toy.
Yeah. And you're kind of proving yourself right by taking a random
Well,
like
anything.
object that you
We're
use.
using this as a toy. This is fun for us.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be fun, because some people do office jobs that they just hate.
Okay.
Just for example, and they're using a computer, so they're using this toy
Yeah.
to write documents that they don't like doing. But they're like, well, this is I guess the toy that
Just
I have
an
to
advanced
use.
toy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everything that isn't edible that you can use is a toy.
Okay.
But like not like a doorknob or something, but like an object that you can.
So a door's not a toy.
I don't think a door is a door. That's my question. How far reaching is it?
Okay. Well, let me hit you with this.
Yeah.
So like,
How
I'm
do
fairly
you
sure
how do you feel about it at first?
upon
glance.
first hearing it,
Yeah.
it sounds like an interesting theory. However, the definition of a toy is like a playful object used purely for like entertainment purposes. Like it's the purpose it serves is to like.
But some
be an
toys
enjoyable-
are boring for people.
I would agree,
I didn't love Lego when I was younger,
but there's also like
which is a hot take.
But then objects have more practicality and utility, like a computer.
But
That's
toys
not
are
used-
toys are
Its main function is to serve the job, for example, or like a computer is more useful than a toy, because a toy, its only purpose is for like fun and enjoyment, whereas a
No.
computer is more like of a practical tool as opposed to a toy.
Toys are practice toys are practice
Of course, that's why we give them to kids.
for life-size toys.
Yeah, that's why
These are just life-size toys of toys.
I think a computer existed first and they made a toy computer.
I think it's a toy though.
You're a toy.
If someone uses me,
You're a toy.
like if I'm objectified in that way, you could say that
Okay. What about a piece of fruit?
no,
Is
because
that a toy?
it's a
Okay,
food.
'cause it's a
You're
food.
consuming it. I think we're
You can
crossing
consume-
food,
What about Play-Doh?
but what you should consume is it made for consumption? No,
There's edible Play-Doh.
it's not made for consumption though.
Okay. I'm just going to sip the last of this.
Please.
I need some more energy.
So, an example of something that I think is a contentious toy is like a door, where you could swing it back and forth, like a rotating door. That's a toy.
Revolving doors.
That's an easy toy.
yeah.
Easy cop toy.
You could put your kid in there and
A
they
a
could
door
have fun with
though.
that for 10
A
minutes.
swing back and forth door, like even a back and forth door that goes.
I think a kid could. I think like a child or a younger person, or even any person with just a
Who
younger
can channel
mind,
their
can channel their inner child.
child.
Yeah,
Jinx,
can make
bitch.
anything a toy.
Jinx. Alex.
Thanks, man.
Lex.
You
Can I call you Lex?
You could have drawn that out for like 10 minutes.
Really? Yeah.
I knew you'd do that.
I'm gonna get you this. Oh, okay. This episode's Jinx.
Is that a segment we try to get each
This
other?
episode's called Jinx.
What's it called?
Jinx. Okay.
Come on, stop trying to force it.
No, I'm not gonna force it. But I'm gonna get you when
This
you.
is ruining the flow.
I'm
of the
gonna get you
episode.
when you least
Okay,
expect it.
Okay, cool.
I'm enjoying this episode.
Yeah, me too.
It's a fun one.
Okay, what about a pillow?
Hmm?
Is that a toy? Oh, I guess you can get body pillows. Is that a toy though?
Body pillows are toys. They're toys for sure.
I'm just like looking around at objects in the room.
It's because it's like, how do I define that, right? Like, what's the difference between a guitar or a computer or a Rubik's Cube compared to a door, which is still something you use, but it's used for a
door is used to get from one room to another.
Yeah, so it's more so, it's a gate as opposed to...
I think it's to do with practicality.
Yeah, and I think the use of a door is just to to enclose you in a room.
Like a toy computer can't be used as a computer. It is to simulate a computer as like the look and feel. But you just
upgraded to adult-sized toys, is what I'm saying. Like,
what
expand your mind to the toy.
So what you're saying is, what came first, the toy or the
the toy or the and I would say that it would be... Oh, that's a great question. It would be the object, because toys are emulations of objects.
Well, there we go.
But I would say, does
that not somewhat disprove your theory?
No, because I think like allow your mind to think into like more abstractly. Like,
okay.
Yes, we don't define guitars as toys, but you can.
So like a sports ball can be a toy.
Absolutely, that's a toy, 100%.
That is a toy.
Like boxing gloves, that's a toy.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
These microphones, these headphones, that's a toy. It's fun.
Okay. I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah. I'm glad.
I'm going to apply that in my life and try
I think it can add some fun to life as well, you know?
I'm going to broaden my horizons. I think that's...
Yeah. And
Horizons. True.
Get 2.
True.
Get 3 of them even.
Is this all one horizon or is this multiple horizons?
We've got multiple here.
Okay, cool.
Because we've got... honestly, we've only got one, man. Can you have a horizon that is inside... Like, can you have a... I guess if a room is big enough, you'd have a horizon. But my question is, does a horizon have to be the end, like the end of sight?
Is a horizon just like the draw distance? Like that is the horizon.
But then can you have the horizon of like, well, my plane of vision, like the chair, that couch arm, the armrest of that couch is the horizon of that plane of vision.
The arm of the couch is the horizon of the couch. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or like of this direction of vision. That's the last thing I can see before a wall.
I suppose it's like up to your own interpretation. I guess that's subjective.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Ethan Thomas, and this is Alex. Thanks for watching Eggs on Toast.
Are we really closing off?
No. Let's keep going.
Oh, come on. That was nice, though. That was a very performance...
managerial.
Heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that.
I was channeling my manager.
Nice, man.
I'm not a manager, but I can be. Hey, Converse? I don't know.
You are a lot to manage, to be fair.
I'm unmanageable.
Damn.
Hey, Mr. White bitch. Come over here, Mr. White bitch. I got your meth, boy. That's not what he says.
Yo, Mr. White.
Yeah. Yo, Mr. White bitch.
Yes, science.
Yo, we got that science up in here, bitch.
Hail Hitler, bitch. That was...
Clip that.
No.
Clip that. I've not seen Breaking Bad enough to know what
Have you not
Jesse
watched the full
sounds like.
series?
Nah. I got bored after I watched it ages ago as well.
You should rewatch it, man. It's a good series.
Yeah, it has.
Why have you just left your half-eaten apple to
bake?
decay on the windowsill?
You know how you have sun-dried tomatoes?
You're fermenting it?
No, not fermenting. I'm sapping all the liquid out.
Oh yeah.
To then be able to have it like an apricot.
Oh, like a
dried apple.
Yeah, dude, dried. My sister has like is it a dehydrator or just like a slow cooker?
Oh man! All right, hey guys. So this is welcome back to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed that segment with myself and Alex. But we've obviously stopped that, and we're kind of we've moved on and separated in different ways. Alex is just going to watch me do the rest of the podcast, obviously, because it's mine now. Yeah, so I was going to bring up another point, or I guess idea that I've been thinking about recently. And It does actually involve Alex.
Let's go.
Guess I can't tell you guys because he's interrupted now. It's back to Eggs on Toast or whatever this bullshit is.
Tell us.
I could have utilized that segment.
I was
better.
still listening.
I was blanking. I won't lie.
You were what?
I was blanking.
Blanking.
Blanking a bit.
Nah,
bruv. You're weak, bruv.
You said it though.
All right.
I got you to. I baited you instantly.
You did. You baited
But I
me.
didn't.
You got
It wasn't
me.
good enough. All right, please. Actually, was that actually going anywhere?
No,
or was
I did
that
have
more
a.
of-
I did have an No, I didn't have anything.
Okay.
I
I
honestly just drew a blank. And
I like your toy theory. It's just to go back
Thank
to
you.
that. But yeah.
Thank you.
Did you said you had another thing?
Something else.
To mention?
Earlier, so I was. You're gonna try and get me. That's all right. If you get me.
I actually wasn't.
So I was booking flights for my trip coming up.
Okay.
I'm going to Singapore,
Nice.
Philippines, and Japan, and then coming back and stopping over in Vietnam for 20 hours as a stopover flight. So we're going to go out and party in Ho Chi Minh and then come back.
Nice.
So that'd be
dude.
good. Because may as well.
Please tell me about that. What the vibes are like there.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about Vietnam. It would be nice to have like a more traveler experience as opposed to like tourist party vibe.
Gotcha.
But we're only there for like 20 hours, and it's over like it's from about 5 p.m. to like I don't know what 2 p.m. or something the next day. So or 1 p.m. So we're only able to like utilize that kind of portion of the night.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll have a nap and then try and go and buy some food or something. Anyway, so we were booking flights for that, and I need to get my computer out for this because there's a That's why we need stands, bro. So it just can be, and then I'm back.
Yeah,
on it.
bro. True.
Anyway, one-handed. Also, I was researching about how in Japan, 84% of women think cheating is healthy.
84%
Of women think cheating is healthy, and that like
to what extent
they
though?
prefer their husband to go to a prostitution place than like and have meaningless sex as opposed and get the urges out as opposed to have like a
Wow.
relationship with someone.
That's do you think that's
Which I actually do understand.
do you
the
think
idea.
that's instinctual or cultural?
Oh, bro, that's definitely been instilled somehow in the culture. Ain't no way
see.
that's instinctual.
Like honor.
I think it's I don't know. It's probably misogynistic. It would be. There'd be some.
Why?
If it's just women who are, it's because it's mainly the men who are going out doing this cheating.
This was like an article or like
It's
a study?
Yeah,
or,
it's both.
Or a TikTok?
No, it's a 20-minute video that I was watching.
Nice.
And my housemates have just informed me that am I a DJ now? Do you have something to a song request? Somebody that I used to know.
I do that.
Yeah, bro.
Back when I clubbed.
No, when you come out clubbing with me
I would
soon?
just hold up Levitating by Dua Lipa. That's pretty much all I get.
Yeah,
all
sure.
I got.
That's fine. Just I don't know. I agree with what you guys say.
Oh, that's. Are you really going to say that?
I put my faith in them. Anyway, I'm sure 5 of their minds can sum up part of mine.
Nah, they
you
need
know?
you, bro. You carry this house.
Bro.
Nah.
But I think like at least
You're a healthy
5 of their feeble minds can maybe get to a level of where my mind can go in terms of like conceptualization.
They'll be fine without you, I think.
Maybe. Anyway.
But your shoulders really sore from carrying this household.
Oh,
You're alright, dude. Oh my gosh.
my collarbone.
Oh.
I'm better. All right. This is what it's called. I booked on a place called Flight Network.
That sounds so dodgy.
And what felt dodgy about it was, so I went through a website called
They had to
called
make us
Cheap-
pay via like Bitcoin.
a
It was so
website called
weird.
Cheap Flights. But Cheap Flights is legit. Wait, is
Okay.
Cheap Flights legit? I'm pretty sure. I remember searching up is cheap.
I have enough faith in you to where you can discern real from fake.
Here, is Cheap Flights reliable? And then it's like,
Ethan's just found out he's been scammed live on the podcast. That's crazy.
Here is cheapflights.com.
Do you Google is cheapflights.com legit?
Yeah, of course. And then I'll check Reddit.
Dude, adding anything and then Reddit is you will find the answer.
It's true.
It's so true.
No, they have like a actually like legit kind of Most of the time they are selling consolidated tickets, which means they have bought the tickets in group, which means
Is this gonna help?
yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Where is this going?
cheap flights is fine. So I booked on, and it went through a thing called a website called Flight Network, which is like it set me to there when I was like book deal or book the flights. And half of the flights I booked on, so the flight from here to Singapore and Singapore to Philippines, I booked on cheap flights or Flight Network more specifically.
Yeah.
And then
sounds like you're just trying to justify the legitimacy.
Oh my god! And
bro,
are
you getting concerned right now? What's
No.
going? I can't actually see your screen, so I don't know what you're doing.
And then the rest I bought on Flight Center or something like that, like a one that
that's
you know,
the only one I know,
or Booking.com or something like that.
Okay.
So something that's like much more reliable, and that felt a lot more like legit, and it was a lot easier to get. Like when I went through cheap flights, I was like, my god, they're trying to get me to buy all these like extra things, and I'm like, damn, this is how they. Because I've never booked flights by myself.
They're upselling
other than
you, bro.
one. So I was like, oh, they're just trying to upsell me. No, I don't want any of these things. And Jelly was like, he was like, I didn't get any of that when I was booking on Booking.com.
Damn.
I was like, okay. And then I paid for it. $700, $800 for like 2 of the flights. All up, it came to $1,500 for the whole flight trip.
Okay.
The whole trip.
That's pretty good, man.
For a month. And back
What's
to
that?
Perth.
6 flights.
1, 2. There's some stopovers. Probably 6.
Okay.
6 all up.
Yep.
Cool. And then I got a weird transaction like transaction sent to, and then it was a weird name that was like Flight Network or whatever, but then had like brackets and stuff, and I was like, that's weird. Then I search up, is Flight Network legit? Is Flight Network legit? Company is basically a scam.
Oh,
Don't ever use them. Terrible company to deal with. I will never recommend. I still haven't got my refund. Worst booking company on the internet. Cheaters.
Is this a review or
all. These are all different reviews, all 1 star. Cheaters, thieves, and scammers.
I'm going to just retract my statement I made about 2 minutes ago saying I trust you enough to where you can discern real from a scam.
And then there's Derek who just goes, smooth sailing, well flying.
Good on you, Derek. Trust Derek, man. He sounds like a cool bloke.
Unhelpful, incompetent, simply awful service.
So
Never use scam artists. Worst ever customer service. Very incompetent staff. Poor services. Pathetic travel agencies. Never use this company. Everyone's just saying scam.
So are they just exaggerating because the service just sucked, but it's not actually a scam, or are you saying it actually was a scam? Like you won't have your flights because they just took your money.
I need to call the companies that own the planes and just call them up.
It sounds like they're just a middleman because you just said they send you to another site.
That's what I mean. So
I'm
hoping
scraping some cash off the top.
I'm gonna call them, but people have said like I called them 22 times and then they where did the person say that? I don't know. She said like, I called them 22 times and they never, and like it took them so long to pick up or whatever. And we told each time to contact the airline. The airline Qantas said that because my ticket was purchased through an agency, Flight Network needed to contact Qantas Agency Connect to add baggage, adding baggage and stuff. But I haven't needed to add anything. I've got all the accepted stuff.
Okay.
I'm hoping I'm just like the lucky case. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna call up the companies like.
And you booked for
Air
Jelly
Asia
as
and
well.
stuff. No.
So why did you
separately?
So what if you're not sitting together? Or do you not care about that?
He's flying from Sydney to Philippines.
Okay, gotcha.
And then Sydney to Singapore, Singapore to Philippines, Philippines to Tokyo. I think we booked the same flight to Tokyo.
Okay.
Did we? I think so.
But you're not overly concerned with like sitting together or
No. Actually, sorry. We're sitting in all the same flights. I think from Philippines, Tokyo, Perth type thing. Even Singapore, Philippines. Just the first flight, maybe not.
Well, man, you live and you learn, hey?
We'll see, man.
Are you actually like
and I was
worried?
A bit, yes.
Okay.
Because all of them say that it has 800 1-star reviews out of 900 reviews.
So when you were
800 out of 1,000.
When you were planning and booking your flights, did you just Google like book flight to Tokyo or something, and then that's just one of the first links that popped up?
No, I was like, what are good websites that give cheap deals?
ChatGPT?
No.
Oh.
What are good websites that give cheap deals?
Dude, ChatGPT plans trips like really well.
I know.
Probably should have used that old should have used that old trick up the sleeve, hey?
Anyway, so that was my story.
Well, dude, that could like undo your whole trip.
Nah, it's chill.
Is it?
I'm gonna give him a call on Monday, tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll give Flight Network a call. Just ask them about confirmation, like physical like I want them to send me the tickets, etc. Just so that I have it.
You don't have the tickets? What have you paid for?
I don't know, dude. I'm just I don't know. Okay, I've been in a bit of a.
Why did you?
I'm honestly not that stressed.
I'm just gonna ask you another question.
I should be stressed.
Why did you not just book straight through like Qantas or Jetstar?
It's expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not
But
going to
don't they up the prices? Doesn't an agency add a little bit on the top?
No, they find the cheapest deals. But Booking.com was cheaper, was more reliable and cheaper.
Wait, sorry. So Qantas have, let's say it's a Qantas flight.
Because they find flights
and
that
a ticket's
$500.
I thought these companies like sell them for like $5.30 or $5.20, and they make that $20.
I don't think so. No, they sell like they find
sell
the
packages.
cheapest deals. It's like
what do you mean find the cheapest deals?
Of flights, like they like a middleman that I don't know how they get their money. Okay,
okay. You probably should.
Now you're making me stressed. Yeah, my life.
Nice, man.
Yep.
You know what?
Do you like this form of holding the mic? Should I hold it like this?
I don't mind how hold the mic however you'd like, man. I'm not concerned.
Like as an audience member, is that a nice? Probably not. Not a great.
I'd say who cares because there's like 20 viewers.
But if I do this,
I don't know. Hold however you'd like.
How much?
I did a 3-bite KFC burger challenge last night. It was a bit.
What burger?
Just an original recipe.
That's 3 bites.
Yeah.
Was it saucy enough? Did you have Coke?
Oh man. Nah, no. What? No Coke.
So
I'm a
badly.
Pepsi guy personally.
Same shit.
Pepsi's goated, bro.
It's the same thing. You know what I'm asking?
We need to do a Pepsi
Are you that guy?
Coke blind test.
Are you that? Oh my God. Are you that guy?
What?
Like you won't respond to saying, "Oh, I don't like." Is it Coke? And you won't. You'll either correct them or say, "I don't drink Coke." Oh right, what were you drinking? Pepsi. Come on, bro.
Wait. So if there's like a cola,
like what I just asked you,
if there's an undisclosed cola in front of me, and you say, "Oh, you're drinking Coke," I'd say, "No, it's Pepsi."
No, I'm saying, like I asked you, did you have Coke? And you went, "No, I don't drink Coke." And I was like, "Okay." And you're like, it was Did you say it was Pepsi?
Right.
Was it Pepsi?
No, I didn't have a drink at all.
Okay,
right.
Good. If it was Pepsi, I would have unfriended you. On
I think I just replied to you saying I love Coke.
Sure.
By saying I'm not a fan and I prefer Pepsi.
Sure, sorry.
Yeah.
So was it dry, the burger? Was there enough supercharged sauce in it? Do you add supercharged?
The bread was a struggle.
Bread's not good there.
Yeah.
It could be better. Why are we whispering? Just so that KFC doesn't hear. They're pretty close down the road.
KFC sponsor us.
Don't say it that loud, man. I don't want them to sponsor us.
What's the KFC guy?
Just kidding. I love you, KFC.
What's
sponsor
the KFC
us.
guy's name?
Jared from KFC.
Who's that?
No, Jared from Subway. You know that guy?
Yes. Yeah, the jeans guy.
The pedo.
Yeah. What's the guy's name? Chuck. No. The
Sanders.
slave owner. Yeah.
Chuck. Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders.
Is his first name Colonel?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hello, I'm
That's
Colonel
why I asked for his
Sanders.
name. Pretty sure he was a slave owner, so try and refute me on that.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep my trap shut.
What, you don't like talking about racism, Ethan?
I don't know if I'm the most educated on the matters.
Yeah, no.
And I should stay.
I reckon we should have a super complex talk about the referendum. Does that not sound like a fabulous idea?
I'm disappointed in Australia.
Okay.
I'm not disappointed to be an Australian, but I think that Australia should have
Damn.
allowed a pretty simple referendum to be passed. But I'm also not grilling people on the other side. I think that there's a
I felt the burn just then.
wait. I think people have this black and white mentality. This is my only comment on this.
Yeah.
Other than those comments, I think people typically have a black and white view on things in society.
Literally.
A lot of the time, especially now with. This has been said so many times, like especially now with like the culture of cancelling, and and just like the kind of environment that we live in terms of the social age, that no one gets a chance to apologize and kind of repent their actions. And if someone has done something that is morally, maybe not even reprehensible, just like not even morally reprehensible, if someone just does something that you don't agree with, that you feel like it is morally just, that what you're doing, then they must be wrong and they must be a bad person. And I think people who think that like that are missing out on like the opportunity to like have conversation.
Yeah.
And actually learn about other like perspectives. And what happens is, if you learn about other people's perspectives, one, you'll have a more broad opinion on people in general, and a more broad understanding of how people work, so you'll learn. And two, maybe they'll share something with you that you then go, oh, actually part of that I agree with, or maybe I actually don't, my opinion wasn't necessarily something that I truly do, that I see as fact, and actually what they're saying is like could be valid, and I need to look more into that. And then it makes you more open to like being like not feeling as though everything you believe in is fact, because I think a lot of people think that, and I don't think I think that. I think people have treated some of my opinions as if they were, or this is coming back to the high school chat we're having a while ago, where it's like I think a lot of people underestimate my intelligence because of, or I have in the past, because of how I articulate myself, because I'm quite impulsive, and other kind of traits of ADHD that present as someone who is like not as intelligent, because I just say the first thing that comes to mind as opposed to thinking about it. And I also find it funny to say things that like aren't necessarily not untrue, just like
the first thing that pops into your head.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I like it. I like being impulsive sometimes. I've learned how to control it and utilize it now, I think, a bit more. But yeah, and I think having that feeling of people underestimating me and treating me like as if I'm not as intelligent as or understanding as I am, and that's not me pumping myself up in terms of saying I'm in like I'm at a certain level of intelligence. Just like I know that people have underestimated what I'm capable of, or like able to understand, or whatever. Or just they just think I'm a bit of an idiot. So I think that has kind of allowed me to be comfortable in terms of like holding an opinion, and then if someone brings their opinion into it, I'm more open to like listening, because I know some people who, well, because a lot of people are like, well, my opinion's wrong, you're stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've brought an opinion to me, they'll go, well, sorry, my opinion's right, you're wrong, that means you're dumb. That's their like perspective. So I know what it's like to be the person on that receiving end of like, that's a dumb opinion. So I think opening yourself up to people who do have something different to say is such an important quality to have, and I think a lot of people miss out on having it. And it makes life more fun and makes life less of a battle. Sorry, that was a monologue.
That was a monologue, but it was very well spoken. And I would agree with...
I shouldn't have apologized. That was a monologue.
Yeah.
Okay.
That a vast majority of what you just said, I would agree with. As you were speaking, I was thinking...
No, everything I said was right.
As you were speaking, a lot of things popped into my brain, and I was going to reply, but I thought I'd
Thank you.
let you finish.
Yeah, it was nice. I felt listened
That's
to.
That's great, man. I think yeah, that's human nature, man. Like a lot of everyone's prideful.
Yeah, and they
follow the.
It's
hard to admit you're wrong. It's hard to see the other side when you're on one side and they're on the other. And yeah, I think as we just spoke on before, I think people should broaden their horizons and try and look at things from another perspective. Like
even if they still
just try for a moment. Just try
even-
for a moment to see where the other person is coming from and
And-
step into their shoes for a moment.
And sorry for interrupting. I want to let you keep speaking if you have anything else to say. But yeah, like I think, and the opinion of saying no. Like I've talked to someone who did say no, and it was nice to just hear what their opinion about it was and how they ended up kind of getting to that conclusion. And it wasn't. I think everyone's kind of bringing it to a racist, as if it's everyone's racist who's saying no. It still doesn't mean that I agree with saying no, but that's also an opinion, and that's why I was leaning to that side. But it's always important to hear out those other opinions, even/especially if you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
Because then you understand then you understand the mind of the opposing, which is so helpful.
Absolutely.
Because then you have a more colourful life, and it paints your life in, like, you know what? Your life goes from monochromatic to
Colourful.
to what's it called?
Multi-spectrumed.
No, it's
Vibrant.
There's a no, dude. There's like a rap lyric where it's like, like my shit went from monochrome to, oh man, keep talking.
I can't exactly remember how I was going to finish off, but I think yesterday was the voting process for the referendum. And I voted in the morning. I actually got in and out of there in like 5 minutes. It was great. I thought I'd have to be waiting around for ages. And when after I voted, I texted Ethan. I was like, just voted for the first time. It's an interesting feeling. A lack of politics in my life up until this point has been a blessing and a privilege. Politics sucks, man.
If only we didn't put our names into
Literally,
into that system.
Yeah. And then I said, gotta
just
respect the
sucks.
politicians for entering that line of work, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta. Like, despite what side they...
You can't respect them for getting in the line of work. A lot of them are power hungry, and they get in there.
I would say so, but I feel like...
You know what? A lot of them don't begin like that.
No, yeah.
A lot of them don't begin like that. And I think
some never end. Some never go to that stage.
It's the system. Sometimes you just got to like, they're put in a system that like doesn't reward people who are honest.
And you just have to play the game.
Or who are not playing the game.
Yeah.
And that sucks, but it's true.
What I meant by that, is that doesn't go for all politicians, but I'd say for the general politician, I respect them because just for having to deal with that sort of like debate and literally going up against another person as your line of work to try and say you're right and prove that. I just think I couldn't personally be able to do that. So, and yeah, politics sucks. Bottom line.
Boom. Yeah, I can't find the
rap lyric.
Yeah, it was a good one, but anyway,
maybe you just thought of that.
And that wasn't even like necessarily a political discussion there. I think that was like it springboarded from that from that idea, or that situation. But
I think you can agree. You can, whether you agree or disagree with someone, there should just always be that level of respect and openness.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think there's like that basic level of respect for just as a human being.
Yeah.
I think people have to earn your respect when it gets past that basic level, but like in terms of like, you know, what type of person they are.
Yeah.
But there's a human respect and I think, you know, a creature respect for anything.
Yeah.
For any animals, plants, the world, like there has to be a level of respect that you have towards that. Otherwise, like you're losing your humanity.
Mm.
And I think a lot of people are becoming desensitized and detached from their humanity because a lot of stuff is now kind of digital and it's detaching you from feeling real connection.
Nice, man.
I don't know if we're getting too deep into. I shouldn't question this chat. I'm actually enjoying talking about this.
Man,
it feels good. a bit over talked about, but it's a pretty It's also topical.
Yeah,
It's something that I like talk about a fair bit because it's relevant, and within my life, it's certainly relevant.
Yeah.
Even in our field, like it puts into question how the acting, the arts industry is going to,
when you say
move. That's why there's acting strikes, and they're talking about AI control and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like actors are
that's
scared.
That's a whole
scared,
different can of
bro.
worms. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah.
Everyone in the industry everyone in the industry is concerned.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Writers, filmmakers in any facet, actors, like performers, musicians. Probably less so musicians, but still so.
Yeah. And again, the game's the game. Like, if you're from the perspective of the actor, obviously you're worried about your job security. But then,
if you're the AI
from
owner,
I was gonna say from the seemingly like greedy and corrupt executives, they're on their side. They're like, oh, that's just business. That's just better use of our money and resources.
I think that's really straying away from humanity.
Yeah.
I found some really cool Ray-Bans I want to get. Because I'm getting free sunglasses from
Nice.
because when I support work, he snapped my glasses.
Damn.
My son.
It's like workers' comp.
So that he's as like a
Damn.
consequence, as well as just like that's just what's happening because he's broken my glasses. He's paying for new ones, which is good. Yeah.
Do you have to get the same ones, or are you gonna?
No, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some cool Ray-Bans that
Nice.
are like have. I really like yellow tinted or like brown tinted sunnies.
Interesting.
Because
I'm not a huge fan.
Yellow
because that alters like the temperature of the light.
I love it because
Really?
it makes it like a film photo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not personally a fan because like you're constantly seeing that.
It's
Like
good.
I like seeing that for a moment, like trying on your sunnies and wearing them for like a short period.
But my
if
ones
I'm
are
wearing
quite
them all
dark.
day-
My ones are quite dark. You can have ones that are lighter in vision.
Yeah.
So when you're looking through them, they don't make what's that called? The not the f-stops. They don't make the is it the aperture? What's the when you lower the light on a camera?
There's ISO.
The ISO. It doesn't change the ISO. It
Aperture
just changes.
also changes the brightness.
Yes,
though.
yeah, but the ISO is the like the light
Light sensitivity.
So the ISO is the same,
Yeah.
but the tint or like the color grading is different.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
The white balance.
The white balance is different. So
Warm versus cold. Yeah.
I love living with actors.
This is gonna be a bitch to edit.
You think? You don't think we can?
Yeah,
I don't
that-
think it's
just
noisy.
then.
Just that?
That encounter.
I think we could leave that in.
Yeah.
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like interruptive. It was just funny.
Yeah.
It was a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You can even put like that audio on because then it can make it more like a behind the scenes thing.
Yeah.
You could have started videoing. So then you can see
Yeah.
Josh. Anyway. Are you judging it?
Talk
Talk about it.
I'm just
Talk
thinking
about how you're
about it.
feeling.
I'm just feeling a bit, a tad.
Oh, feet people
Oh, sick.
for you. Sorry.
That's right.
Go ahead. Feeling a tad.
Uh,
Talk. We can cut it out if you don't want it to be in.
I think I'm just hitting a wall for one. I'm going to preface what I'm about to say by I'm quite tired, so I'm hitting a wall, so my emotions are probably a bit scattered.
Overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt a bit dejected in that moment.
Like you were like, dude, we're filming right now type vibe.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair enough. I feel like that was the only time someone's come in.
Yeah.
And it was
I think you just said that
I called him back.
Yeah.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
Like that was my doing. He was leaving.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to happen, and it was actually me who incited that. So if anything, this energy should be put towards me. This is a good episode, man. I think this
I
is
don't know how much of this I'm going to keep in, to be honest.
Sure. That's fine. You can talk about it. I think it's nice to hear.
You said it wasn't interruptive, but like
we weren't talking about anything that like didn't even hit a lull, but we. Go ahead.
I would disagree. I was moving into the realm of the line between AI and human consciousness, but
true. Let's go back there.
Nah, the argument was derailed by that interruption. And
are you feeling a bit pooped about it now?
A little bit,
yeah.
Yeah. And also, given the fact you said it wasn't important when I felt it was.
What?
Like
the AI,
the avenue of the conversation.
I had forgotten what we were talking about.
Right.
It wasn't that I was
Okay.
disregarding what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I actually like enjoy talking about that topic in particular.
I just think I'm tired and sweaty and hungry and
and feeling a bit.
I'm
gross.
trying to be introspective and see that my current status is affecting my mood. So
I think what you're feeling is valid, and I'm sorry for calling him in.
You don't need to apologize.
That's fine.
Okay.
We can cut that out if you want. If you want to keep it in, I don't think it would be bad.
I
to keep
just
that
feel
in
like
either.
this is going to be a bitch to edit.
I don't think so. We could cut
Okay.
that whole thing out,
Yeah.
and then it wouldn't be. And let's just start talking about the AI now.
Nah, it's okay. I don't.
I want to.
We're all, like, okay, one, I don't want to because I feel like
15.
the moment has passed, and also we have coincidentally hit.
We'll talk about that later. I know
Yeah.
for sure because I have other thoughts about it as well. In terms of like that level of like accepting AI into society and how integrated it should be. That's where we left off anyway.
Yeah, I think it's
It's something that I'm always thinking about
Yeah.
because it's always something that's like on the
Yeah.
it's at the forefront of
again,
my
it-
business.
Yeah, and it affects
of my life.
Absolutely, it affects you.
Isn't that cool that like I can call that my like industry? It's pretty sick.
Yeah,
Not AI, like the creative arts. Like
Yeah, man.
it's really I like that
agree.
that's what I can call it.
I'm glad I can soon call it that.
well, you're
myself
working
as well.
towards that. It's part of
Yeah.
your thing now.
Exactly.
I've really enjoyed this episode, and I know that you've had a hard.
Part.
I know that you've had a hard.
I haven't
like,
had it hard. This is
You've been fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I think that the last 10 minutes threw you a little bit.
yeah, it did.
Don't let that affect the way that you feel about the rest of the episode. I think because
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed
I
the
did
chats
as
we
well.
had. I think
I
we
agree.
like. I think we touched like we got a quality that we haven't gotten before.
Yeah.
Because we also talked prior to the episode about like the quality, like not quality of the content, but more like the quality in which we speak.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
The essence.
Mm.
And I think that we've changed that, and even just like talking about and addressing the camera and how that affects things has made me more comfortable with it.
Yeah, I feel like we hit we get into the zone and then we just kind of forget.
We were into zone.
Nice.
days in season.
Ethan and I were talking about like the YouTube boxing thing just on a call, and he called it Days In instead of.
I
The
thought it was
Zone.
called, and for some reason I call it Days in Season.
Days In Season.
Because Days in, and I'm like, oh, also the ZN is season as well. So I'm like, it's Days in Season. Like,
Nice.
it's Days in Season. Because people daze people on there.
Yeah. Nice.
Do
Cool.
you have a movie?
Not a
Or
movie.
a song? If you ever got a song that I can do a movie.
No. Oh, do you want to do a movie?
Do you want to do a movie?
It was.
It's up to you.
Your turn for song. My turn for like a piece of media. But do whatever you want to do, man.
I feel like I've given quite a couple, like...
I'm sweating, bro.
Anyway, so I was listening to the song Mako Road, Daiquiri.
Mm-hmm.
Daiquiri, I think it's by Mako Road. Daiquiri by Mako Road.
Good song.
Yeah, it's relaxing. Open the windows, feel the warm breeze.
Nice.
Let it run through your hair. Yeah.
Nice. I was going to recommend a TV show, a TV series on Amazon called Reacher.
Jack.
You know,
Reacher.
Jack Reacher. Yeah.
Yep.
Based on Lee Child's novels. There were films with Tom Cruise, but Alan Ritchson plays this like interpretation.
Quite
and
hunky. A quite hunky version of.
He actually fills out the role like literally because in the books
It's a big boy.
it's like a 6'6" guy, and I think he's like 6'4", so
He's
he
massive.
does justice to it. Whereas Tom Cruise was like 5'8". But yeah, it's a
Still
really
is.
good like thriller and like drama series.
Great. I'll
And
have
there's
to
a
watch
season
it.
2 coming out like
Oh, it's only one season.
so far. Yeah.
Time to get in, boys
Yeah.
and girls,
Yeah.
because when you get deep into it, when it's 4 seasons, 5 seasons done, it's hard to get in. It's big
'cause
commitment.
there's so much
But
content
if
to
there's
cover.
one season, easy sailing, and then you're
Yeah.
with the zeitgeist of it.
Absolutely.
It's
I
a
like
zeitgeist with
following
the-
a series as it comes out,
with the movements.
as opposed to binging a full series.
For sure. Sweet. Well, thanks for watching. This is Eggs on Toast.
Yeah.
I've
Hope you
had a
guys
great
enjoyed.
time.
Yeah.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Alex.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.
We run east to the place where it's cooler. It's a long day, wouldn't you say? We run east to the place where it's cleaner.